Hey crypto friends! In 2010, people went to casinos for gambling. In 2026, the casino itself came to the people. And now it is in the phone, in Twitter, Telegram, Binance, meme coins, futures, launchpads, trading in new tokens that live for 3 hours. Today we are going to talk about something crypto people almost never speak about openly, about degenomania, about an addiction disguised as investing, about an industry that taught people to call gambling financial freedom, and most importantly, we will talk about how to escape from it. Part 1. How crypto turned into a casino. When Bitcoin first appeared, the idea was completely different. Decentralization, financial independence, protection from inflation, control over your own money. But over the years, the market changed. And now a huge part of the crypto industry works not on technology. It works on human emotions, fear, greed, FOMO, adrenaline, the desire to get rich quickly. Look at what a typical crypto person's day looks like today. He wakes up, and the first thing he does is open the chart, not messages from family, not the news, not work, the chart, then Telegram, Twitter, Discord, new tokens, new rumors, new pumps, new 100 times opportunities. And the brain begins to live in a state of constant stimulation. Every green candle is a small dopamine injection. Every profit in the portfolio is an emotional explosion. Every trade is a mini lottery. And the problem is that the crypto market is almost perfectly designed to create addiction. Because it never sleeps. The stock market closes, casinos have physical limits, but crypto works 24 hours a day, without weekends, without pauses, without limits. The human brain was simply not designed for this level of stimulation. Part 2. Why crypto causes addiction stronger than a casino. The most dangerous thing about crypto is that it looks intelligent. A person does not say, I gamble. He says, I analyze the market. I'm a trader. I'm an investor. I'm looking for alpha. Sometimes it is true, but very often it is simply a new form of gambling behavior. Because if a person opens 10 trades a day, if they cannot pull themselves away from charts, if their mood depends on the token price, if they take loans for trading, if they constantly try to win it back after losses, then this is no longer investing. This is addiction. And the scariest thing, crypto creates the illusion of control. In a casino, at least a person understands that they are playing. But in crypto, the brain convinces itself, I just haven't learned enough yet. And because of this, people can lose money for years without admitting the problem. Moreover, the crypto market is intentionally designed to stimulate impulsiveness. Look at meme coins. Hundreds of tokens launch every day. Everyone screams, new gem, 100 times guaranteed. Last chance, don't miss this. This is not an investment atmosphere. This is psychological pressure. This is casino mechanics. Only instead of a roulette wheel, a chart. Part 3. Social media as fuel for degenomania. Once, a gambling addict could at least leave the casino. Today, the casino is always in the pocket. Crypto Twitter is an endless feed of success. Someone made 50 times. Someone bought a Lamborghini. Someone turned $500 into 200,000. But you almost never see the other side. Thousands of people who lost everything. People with debt, people with depression, people who live in stress for years because social media only shows winners. And the brain begins to think everyone is making money except me. This is how FOMO is born. The fear of missing an opportunity, and this is one of the strongest emotions in the crypto market. A person sees a pump, jumps into the asset, buys emotionally, loses money, then tries to win it back, and the cycle repeats. Social media algorithms only make the situation worse because they promote emotional content, not calm analysis, not long-term thinking, but pure extremity, and gradually a person stops perceiving reality normally. Part 4. Futures. The most dangerous weapon of the market. If meme coins are a casino, then futures are a casino on steroids. A person is given the illusion that they can quickly change their life. Sometimes it really happens. But the problem is that the brain remembers exactly these rare success stories. Not the thousands of liquidations, not the ruined lives, but one screenshot on Twitter where someone made $1 million in a day. And this is exactly what triggers addiction, because the brain starts chasing not money, but emotion, adrenaline, the feeling of risk. Many people no longer even want stable income. They become bored without volatility, without stress, without liquidations, without night trades. And this is a very dangerous moment, because then the market begins to control the human psyche. Part 5. How Degenomania destroys lives. The worst thing about addiction, it rarely looks dramatic at first. At first it is just curiosity, then a hobby, then a serious interest. Then a person can no longer fall asleep normally without checking charts, cannot rest, cannot concentrate, cannot be present in real life. everything turns into the market, even conversations, food, rest, and gradually life begins to collapse. Relationships deteriorate, productivity falls, anxiety appears, chronic stress, insomnia, emotional burnout. And the scariest thing, a person often does not notice it, because the crypto community romanticizes it. No sleep grind, degenerate mode. Risk is life, as if it is something cool, although in reality very often these are simply symptoms of psychological addiction. Part 6. Why most crypto people lose money. The industry loves to create the image of trading geniuses, but the truth is much simpler. Most people lose, because the market is built so that emotional people lose money. The more impulsiveness, the more fees. The more trades, the more profit for exchanges. The more liquidations, the more the system earns. The crypto market monetizes human weakness extremely well, especially beginners. People come with the dream of quickly changing their lives, but instead they get emotional swings, and many fall into an endless cycle. Small success, overestimation of oneself, big risk, big loss, an attempt to win it back, an even bigger loss. And this is classic gambling addiction behavior. Part 7. How to understand that you have a problem. There is a very simple test. Try to completely step away from the market for a week. No charts, no Twitter, no exchanges, no prices. If this causes strong discomfort, that is already a warning sign. If you constantly check your phone, if your mood depends on the market, if you feel anxiety when you do not open charts, if you risk money you cannot afford to lose, if you hide losses from loved ones, if you think, one more trade and I'll win everything back, then the problem may already be serious. And the most important thing here, honesty with yourself, because addiction always begins with denial. Part 8. How to fight Degenomania in crypto. The first thing to understand, the problem is not your weakness. The problem is that modern digital systems are specifically designed to hold attention. Crypto exchanges, social media, trading platforms, all of this is optimized for maximum engagement. Therefore, the fight begins not with willpower, but with changing the environment. You need to remove constant triggers, turn off push notifications, delete exchanges from your phone, limit time on Twitter, stop checking charts every minute. Second, you need to return real life, sports, sleep, communication, work, nature, hobbies, because addiction thrives where life narrows down to one single source of dopamine. Third, you need to change your entire approach to crypto. Stop treating it like a casino. Start thinking long term. Stop looking for quick X's. Stop chasing every pump. Stop trying to win everything immediately. Fourth, it is very important to learn to accept losses, because it is the refusal to accept a loss that most often launches the cycle of self-destruction. A person does not want to come to terms with a loss and begins taking even more risk. This is how a small problem turns into a catastrophe. Part 9. Is it possible to love crypto without being a Degen? Yes, absolutely. Crypto itself is not evil. Blockchain technologies are real. Decentralization is real. Financial innovation is real. The problem is not the technology. The problem is how people interact with risk. It is possible to invest calmly. It is possible to work in the blockchain sphere. It is possible to build products. It is possible to do research. It is even possible to trade without addiction. But this requires discipline, and most importantly, people need to stop romanticizing self-destruction. Because a real professional is not someone who lives in constant stress, but someone who can control their own emotions. Final. The crypto market gave people enormous opportunities, but together with them it brought a new form of addiction. And today Degenomania has become one of the biggest problems of the crypto community. People simply do not like talking about it, because the industry profits from human impulsiveness. But the most valuable thing a person has is not X's, not meme coins, not futures, not quick money, but mental health, peace, control over one's own life. And if crypto begins taking this away, then it means it is time to stop and honestly ask yourself one question. Am I controlling the market, or is the market already controlling me? If you enjoyed this video, support the channel with a like and subscription, and write in the comments. Just be honest. Are you a Degen? See you in the next video, and remember, I am not calling anyone to do anything, and I am not giving financial advice. The only advice, don't let yourself be shaved.
Let's go! I run these notes like I run these streets, yeah. Checking the seat, never miss a beat, no doubt. uptime where I eat. Best in the game and they can't compete. I'm steady, heavy, nobody shakes me. Locking the block, who the hell gonna chase me? Proof in the numbers ain't messing with fate. I'll sign and verify, keep your fucking chain straight. Wake up, boost to the machine, I'm cold. Look around, every move, work my posted code. You flex in the club, I flex in the low. Tickets to my name, validators on hold. Serious metrics, the West mode, man. No breaks up time, I'm the whole damn plan. Safety's a promise, the rest all talk. Boss in the system, you step then you walk. I run these nodes like I run these streets, yeah. Checking the sync, never miss a beat. No downtime, uptime where I eat. Best in the game and they can't compete. Validaros in the zone, never retreat. If you're not real, get off my beat.